gets all 3 points. Head-to-head, by the way. Last time these two teams met was back in January. That finished at a 1-1 draw here. Spurs also winning 1-0 on Arsenal soil back in September 2020. Before that, Arsenal enjoying 3 straight wins, 3-1, 4-0 and 2-1 across 2018 and 19. And as we get back underway, the Gunners would dearly have to get back to winning ways, having drawn and lost the last 2 head-to-head counters when it comes to Premier League 2 under-23s. And this, as ever, hotly contested fixture. Effectively, I think we can say, whenever it's in, under-18s, 21s, 23s, women, senior, there's always that extra spice and passion, isn't it, about the North London derby. We'll see who can end up in about 45 minutes' time, if anybody with the bragging rights. The Spurs now kicking left to right in the second half. Had a little look there at Callum Tracy-Cassay, the right back wearing 3. And it's Josh Olomoueni in goal. Marcel Lavinia and Tracy-Cassay who are the full-backs, with Toby Amole and captain Brooklyn Lions Foster at the back. As Arsenal just build from their back. Miles John, Harvey White, Jack Clark in midfield, and then Dylan Markande, who's been surprisingly quiet actually, with 4 goals this season, wearing 7. Dale Scarlett, the recalled Dale Scarlett, and Alfie Devine, 3 up front for the home team. And that actually was a little look at Scarlett there for a second. Trots back downfield when needed. Matthew Craig, Adam Hayton, Janelle Bennett, Maxime Pascozzi, Marques Muir. They are the subs for Spurs today, and Spurs just for a second threatening the Arsenal goal. Nearly ghosting in through Markande. But he was quiet in the first half. He got his 5th of the season there after his hat-trick last time out and his goal in the opener. Arsenal will be mighty relieved. Simon Louis making the interception that it's no more than a Spurs corner, but early threat in the second half. White with the in-swinging delivery. Good header clear. It was Taylor Hart back helping out his defence, and a good interception from the 18-year-old. Breathes 17-year-old Amar Gerard Hutchinson. Let's bring him down. And Arsenal managed to win the free kick. Year-old Amar Gerard Hutchinson. Let's bring him down. And Arsenal managed to win the free kick. Really good transition there from the Gunners on their own defensive line, working that ball forward with real pace and real quality. Niall John hacking his man down in pretty cynical fashion. That Arsenal, having been defending their own goal moments ago, now have a free kick in a fairly attacking position, if one that maybe is a little too central for their ideal liking. Here's our goalie Patino. Over the top to Mon Luis. We get a good look at Mazid Ogungbo, the young Irishman. Cross just failed to beat the first man frustratingly. Scarlett being tracked every inch of the way by Mon Luis. Still Tottenham counter-attack though down that left-hand side. In the far distance, it's the ever dangerous Yorkshireman Jack Clark. Right foot to left foot, silky skills, gets the better of Swanson. Still he's going. Picked up now by Alfie Devine. Back out to Clark again. Looping effort, just over Carl Heen's bar. Worth a go from distance after an excellent delivery from Clark. Take a little nick, so it will be a Spurs corner in the second of the half already. And again, Harvey White trots over. He's the man who'll take it. just a second. Already through that confirmed Arsenal team for the second half in a second, and hopefully the Gunners can get this one away. Nice delivery, they cannot get it away, and it's Spurs who take the lead. An impressive start to the second half from Tottenham, and Alfie Devine's first of the season puts Tottenham's under-23s ahead. Harvey White's corner, shorter delivery this time, and Devine peeling off his marker, able to guide it past Carl Heen. No chance for the Estonian stopper. It's Tottenham who draw first blood in this Premier League 2 derby. Spurs 1, Arsenal 0. Recent finish from a man who has played pretty well in this game. He's certainly been coming deep to pick up the ball and shown a lot of hunger. At the time he piled away from his man and should have fallen, wasn't he? A bit too much time and space. Turn and get his shot in. And now Arsenal have that clear marker on your screen to try and fight against. At least could have forced the Gunners surely under Kevin Betsy out of their shell. They've got to come forward now and commit. Second half they've been pretty quiet so far. Hey, 5 minutes into it as Taylor Hart burst forward but struggled to get past Alan Tracy Cassay. Back well though by Charlie Patino, the 17-year-old wearing 10 for Arsenal, making his third appearance of the season. Heen in goal, who was benched a little earlier. Keeper Gabriel, of course experienced first teamer on his return from injury, playing alongside Omar Rekik and Zayn Monluis at the back. Tino, Jack, Henry Francis, Zach Swanson and Mazeed Ogungbo. Four in midfield, Ogungbo there, finding Kido Taylor Hart, who's alongside Nick Abirith and Marshall Hutchinson up front. Taylor Hart busy and industrious in the last couple of minutes as Arsenal try to respond. Finding Kido Taylor Hart, who's alongside Nick Abirith and Marshall Hutchinson up front. Taylor Hart busy and industrious in the last couple of minutes as Arsenal try to respond and try and get themselves back on track. Martino's ball across was another good one. He's enjoyed a strong start to the second 45 at least. Rekik bringing it all the way forward. Martino left-footed this time, almost asked a bit too much of Henry Francis, but he got there. Fantastic first-time save. Oluwayemi denying Mazeed Ogungbo. Ogungbo, great work from Patino and from Henry Francis, suddenly found himself right through on goal. Left wing back with by far Arsenal's best chance of this second half, and let's be honest, probably one of their two best chances of the game in total. That Nick Abirith effort in the first half that was saved. Ogungbo, 3-4 minutes after going behind, very close to equalising for the Gunners. Alex Kirk, Hubert Gracic, the keeper, Joel Adejo, Salah Ulan Hand, and Cottrell, by the way. It's the Arsenal bench as and when needed. Clever through ball. Promising opportunity here, that could have fallen anywhere. 3 Arsenal players in and around the edge of the 6-yard box. Excellent work down the right-hand side. Did not, frustratingly, fall for any of them. It was Gerard Hutchinson's amazing little run that opened things up for just a moment. Betsy's men couldn't make it count. A neat turn there under pressure as he won the ball back from Monluis. Finds Ogungbo again, the man who went so close a moment ago. Now to Taylor Hart. Taylor Hart with 10 goals last season across a mixture of the under-18s and 23s. And then he really shot to prominence. A little YouTube montage earlier of some of his finest moments, and they are pretty fine, no wonder. He's one of many highly rated stars in this Arsenal team, but they need to show their pedigree, they need to step it up, because after a good 5 minutes, having gone behind, they're on the defensive again. Got to be mightily careful here. From distance, and Heen decides to play safety first and poke it behind for a corner. Pretty sure it was Clark. It was Jack Clark with his right foot this time who fired that shot in. Heen slightly unsighted through a sea of bodies. Sting it behind for another Tottenham corner kick, their third of this half, and been slightly under the cosh after taking the lead. Now the white half of North London. We're trying to double their advantage, and it will be Clark to take the corner. Good delivery, guided just clear of goal by Dane Scarlett. The cross shot reined in as well. Here's John. Nice interplay with Dylan Markande. Markande's down. Closely tracked, shall we say, by Masid Ogungbo. This one, I think, will be a free kick rather than a corner. It will. The infringement just in the field of play by Masid Ogungbo. Won by Markande, who's already a little busy in the second half after that wide opening. For once, he's not been on the score sheet in this game so far. Devine, with those honours today. The man who set the goal up from the corner, Harvey White, will take this corner as well. This free kick. Nicely flicked clear by Heen there, who read that every step of the way. Taylor Hart having switched flanks down the right-hand side. Another counter-attack for the Gunners. Red and white shirt sweeping forward, but Taylor Hart just looked up and dallied with the ball at his feet. He's frustrated, he tries to win it back, and that's a great response from Kiddo Taylor Hart to win the ball back. Atone for his error, finds Nika Beereth. Now to the far right side, and Zach Swanson. Swanson's pass blocked, but at the expense at least of an Arsenal throw. That was better. Taylor Hart doing exactly what you should do. If you lose it, win it back. And he did. There's control here from Ogungbo. In a bit of space. Guides it through. Opportunity for Sherrod Hutchinson. Well, Sherrod Hutchinson went for his third of the season already at this level. Nice low shot. Stretching Oluwayemi to his right. But Josh Oluwayemi with a relatively comfortable save in the Tottenham goal. Just here, there, how hotly contested this game is. Scream for the players and the coaching staff from the sidelines around us. As Henry Francis stretches the passage of play to that right-hand side and to Sherrod Hutchinson again. And he went close moments ago from this side, switching flanks himself. Nice ball in field, and it's a fantastic equaliser from Kiddo Taylor Hart. Taylor Hart is such a talent. Knew that his first goal of this season was just a matter of time after his 10 in the last campaign, and Kiddo Taylor Hart, the wonderful finish into the corner. Good team move. Superb finish. And Oluwayemi with no chance whatsoever. Arsenal hit back, they're level in the derby. It's Spurs 1, Arsenal 1. Great goal. Great goal from Kiddo Taylor Hart. I knew that Sherrod Hutchinson, Beereth and Taylor Hart as a trio would stretch Spurs. Power down the middle, pace out wide. In the end, barely 10 minutes since going behind. Ilinetsi's boys hit back, and boy, have we got game on now. Kiddo Taylor Hart with a great goal. Open that foot up, steered it with power as well as precision. That top left-hand corner. Arsenal again. Goes for a penalty. Essentially a free kick on the edge of the box. We'll just see where the infringement happened. think it's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. It is. And that's the second yellow card. And therefore a red. Free kick given away right on the edge of the penalty area. Tottenham will now have to play the rest of this game with 10 men, and I'm pretty sure it's Marcel Lavinia who's been given his marching orders. His skipper, Brooklyn Lions Foster, comes over to remonstrate with referee Robert Maciellis as best as he can. On that right-hand side, as Arsenal charged forward, right on the edge of the area, so close to a penalty too. Lavinia seemed to bring his man down. Still the protestations continue from captain and the player in question. Marcel Lavinia, who got booked early in the first half, if you remember, for a slightly rash and clumsy challenge. Doesn't like it one little bit. He's furious, absolutely furious now, it would seem. Venting his frustration at the referee's assistant on the far side. Open that gate. I'm afraid you're off, son. What a turnaround. Arsenal, a goal down and on parity player-wise 2 minutes ago. And now level through Kiddo Taylor-Hart, and now with a one-man advantage. That free kick is about a yard and a half outside that left edge of the penalty area. Hung in dangerously. Spurs deal with it well. Coutinho won it, but Tottenham now try to counter-attack. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Zach Swanson cutting in field, fouled in the process as those tensions boil over. Dale Scarlett it was who brought his man down, and that arguably could have been a yellow as well. He's just brandished one. His card in his pocket there. By the way, we should say that onto the field in recent minutes for the Gunners has come Alex Kirk, the 18-year-old midfielder. Make his second appearance of the season. Spurs look to go back ahead. Important block from the young Tunisian Omar Rekik. I'm pretty sure it's still on the field wearing 3 is Masida Gungba. I just think that the number has been ripped or has flown off his shirt. We'll try and confirm that with you, but I'm pretty sure that the numberless player rampaging down the left for Arsenal is still Masida Gungbo. A bit of shoving in handbags on that far side as well. Jack Clark letting his frustrations boil over a tad. Arms raised, even though it was nothing threatening or particularly dangerous. And Maciellis, I think, is about to book Jack Clark as well for his part in that little exchange on the far side. Kirk, the new man, is in the far distance. Come onto the field. Just a word to Omar Giroud Hutchinson too. Just being told to calm it. He gets booked. Cards being flurried left, right and centre. Wow, we stay 1-1. But altercations, sendings off, goals. Told you it was coming to the boil for the second half, and it most certainly is. Nice ball over the top, and tell you what, Mika Biereth was not far from ghosting in there, but Oluwayemi read it well and had to come searing out of his goal. Here's Biereth again being tugged every which way. And again, was that a foul? He's convinced. Mika Biereth, as are his teammates, that he was brought down as he held the ball up and then tried to guide it through to Giroud Hutchinson. Arsenal riding an absolute crest of a wave, so on it, so dominant as they come again. Down the right-hand side, great ball, great chance. Oh, this time it's Patino denied on the goal line by Oluwayemi. Gungbo's ball, Patino 8 yards out, left-footed, point-blank range, just couldn't quite Eyed it past Spurs' young Nigerian stopper. Yard to the right, it would have been a goal, but Oluwayemi, to his credit, made the block, and now Tottenham counter-attack at the other end, and they counter-attack with near devastating effect as Jack Clarke unselfishly fed Dane Scarlett. Scarlett off balance and leaning back. For a moment from the far side, that probably looked like it went in, but it caught the side netting, then whacked the back of the goal, ended up behind it. Dane Scarlett, the fact he has had, as I mentioned, a bit of first-team pedigree in recent weeks, frustrated the young striker. But back down to this level, back into the team. Remember, it's the one change from the Leeds win. Not make that chance count, and it was a good one. End-to-end, just like in the first half. Gerard Hutchinson, this time just overruns it and loses out to his fellow number 7, Dylan Markande, who would love to be far further downfield and doing what he does best, which is scoring, as it is. Falls back into fairly heavy-duty defensive work, and again, Spurs give the ball away. It's Taylor Hart, potentially looking for his second. Twisting and turning. He tracked every inch of the way by Harvey White. Tries of small passes there on the touchline. Another opportunity here for Arsenal. Another dangerous cross shot, just poked over. What a great opportunity for Arsenal. Get their second goal and take the lead. Again, a lot of joy down that right-hand side. Arsenal really cut loose down there. It's where the joy came for the opening goal. So close to a second. Just poked over the bar. Via a deflection as well. Critical block, you've got to say. Gunners do get another corner opportunity, which Gerard Hutchinson will bend it. Keeper's nowhere. Oh, header from Rekik. Straight at Oluwayemi, who, for once, having had a good game in goal, thought about coming, changed his mind, and will be as relieved as anybody that the header from Omar Rekik straight back down his throat, enabling him to make a first-time save. Again, it's like that chance a few moments ago from a Gungbo, yard either side. Arsenal would have taken the lead. Much improved few minutes here from the junior Gunners. Their response, I said it at the time, to going the goal down, has been very mature, very impressive and very direct. It's the man who scored their goal. Taylor Hart back to Patino, who's been really good early in the second half. Looks to me as if Alex Kirk, since he come on, has slotted to the right. Therefore, Louis has moved into the full-back position. Arsenal effectively going with a flat-back 4. Therefore, for this second half. Just trying to pack that midfield as much as they can. Not once in terms of opening up a gap. It's a beautiful crossfield ball from Gerard Hutchinson. Another shot from distance blocked, and Spurs now just happy to get the ball anywhere, get it out of play, have a breather, take stock, because at the moment they are very much on the back foot. And down has a lot to do with it. And of course they'd shipped their goal just before that. So yeah, just to confirm where we're at. Kirk came onto the field for Gabriel, did his 45 minutes, showed his fitness, very important, good to see. It's Gabriel who's off the field, Kirk on as a right back, and as I say, flat back 4 now. Luis moving to the left, and Ogungbo now in a more advanced position. Still about 99% sure that he is the numberless man. Sub for Spurs, Maxim Paskotsky. There he is, wearing 15. Comes on. Spurs, therefore, with 4 players booked and 1 sent off so far. Just the 1 book for Arsenal, actually, which was Sherrod Hutchinson after that altercation with Clark. But Clark, John, Lavinia, who's had 2 and is off. And skipper Lyons Foster, all in the book, just as you expect from a derby. Chance here for Arsenal to take the lead. So close. Taylor Hart was screaming for that ball to be squared. My goodness, did it open up. I think after such an impressive run, it was worth the pop from the far side. Powerful shot, just wide, Oluwayemi's right-hand post. Could that ball maybe have been squared? As I say, with the run and with the goal opening up, you can appreciate why the shot was reined in. That shot, very close. Once more, putting Arsenal ahead. It's 3 really good chances since they took the game to parity and since they got their numerical advantage for Arsenal. Coutinho and Henry Francis in central midfield growing in confidence as the ball is freed once more. It's loose, and there it is, second goal of the game for Kiddo Taylor Hart. And Arsenal come from behind through Taylor Hart twice now to lead the North London derby. What a turnaround. 2 goals in the space of 12 minutes for the brilliant Kiddo Taylor Hart. The 18-year-old has exploded into life in this game, and what a game to pick. Spurs down to 10 men, going from leading to behind. Arsenal need to see out 20 minutes to win the derby. Tottenham 1, Arsenal 2. Not the easier finish for Kiddo Taylor Hart that time, but just showing his full repertoire. We've seen a screamer into the corner. You've seen the calm, very accurate finish for the second. Each time, don't forget, it's after good work down that right, where Sherrod Hutchinson and Swanson have really grown again in this second half. And obviously Lavinia getting sent off did not help. The fullback down that flank being red carded for those 2 yellows has been in some senses the turning point of the game, though stress again, Arsenal had equalised just before it happened. But it's definitely the new vacant channel for Arsenal to try and capitalise. Sliding challenge from Patino on White was a good tackle. Spurs slightly fortunate there that the ball ricocheted back to them. New man, Kurt getting involved there. Ogungbo deciding just to ease off a little bit there, and why not? Arsenal ahead for the first time in the game. Just having the confidence to stroke the ball around. Patino with a glorious little impudent pass over the top. Finding Nika Biereth, now back to Ogungbo. And he started this move. You can really sense that confidence, that swagger now in the Arsenal team. They look for a first win in 3 in this fixture. As I mentioned earlier, having won the previous 3 to their recent defeat and their draw. Is that another free kick? It is. Once again, down the right, Omar Sherrod Hutchinson. Putting some serious fear and trepidation into the Spurs defence. And looks like Callum Tracy-Cassay has gone over to the left to try and stabilise things up on the left-hand side for Tottenham. It didn't really work very well there, because I'm pretty sure it was Tracy-Cassay brought his man down. There's one another free kick. Swanson has moved into a more central midfield role, by the way, with all of those changes a bit earlier. It was he who went close earlier with that pile driver of a shot. Swanson moving centrally seems to be working well as the extra man. Kirkon at fullback seems to be working well. Will it lead to another goal? My goodness me, glorious free kick from distance from Gerard Hutchinson. Oyemi a mere passenger as that one rattled the woodwork and stayed out. There was no stopping that. Arsenal, an absolute rocket of a free kick. Mightily unlucky not to get their third there. Shame we can't obviously with today's camera see a replay of that, because that was beautiful. So powerfully struck. Mospar shook for a good couple of seconds after that. Clearly at 2-1, Arsenal just need one more, you'd have thought. But while it is 2-1, this game is still very much there for at least the equalising, if not the taking for Spurs, despite their one-man down. Arsenal could do with another. To their credit, they could have done all but score in the last few minutes with the post hit. Various other efforts either just missing or being saved by Oluwayemi. Spurs, you sense, despite being that man down, will have one more period of at least parity, if not dominance. Will it come here, I wonder? The new man with a nice ball across. Paskotsis. Paskotsis' ball. Now to the other side, to the man who switched to the left, Tracy Cassay. Divine, who scored the opener. Feels like a long time ago, that, in 49 minutes, doesn't it? Now to Paskotsis with a new man again. Trying to fill that void that Lavinia has left after his red card. Good play from the captain. Brooklyn Lions Foster standing tall, driving forward. Got on target from the Spurs under-23 skipper. And another warning, another shot across the bows to Kevin Betsy's men to say that the job is not yet done. Dean, comfortable save, bowls it out quickly, building from the back again. Double goal scoring hero, Keita Taylor-Hart. It's, by the way, Dylan Morkande who went off for Paskotsis. So effectively, having had the man sent off, Spurs have gone 4-3-2. They were 4-3-3 to start the game. Scottsy's on the right. Tracy Cassay has gone to the left to fill in for Lavinia. And the man sacrificed was Morkande, who's been, to me, pretty disappointing after such a strong start to the season. Not delivered his best today. Not really allowed to deliver his best either. So it's Scarlett and Divine now as a kind of two up top. Scotsy, by the way, like he is an Estonian, so we've got two Estonians onto the field. One per team. Here's the other one. We bowled it downfield as far as Beerith, and Beerith just maybe caught in two minds there, had a bit too much time and couldn't quite make his decision up as the ball trickles back to the Spurs keeper. Dwelling on it there. Have to be a little bit careful, Oluwayemi, as Gerard Hutchinson nearly picked his pocket. Now White's been brought down bang on halfway. Dane Scarlett, the latest man to leave the field. So that's two of Spurs' front three now off. We'll just confirm who's on in a second. Could well be Janelle Bennett, but we'll confirm that in a moment for you. Tottenham enjoying a little bit of a better spell. Mightily close to a goal, but I think the offside flag was already up from the referee's assistant. Indeed it was, on this near stand side. But with Lyons Foster's shot that was saved, and with that ball over the top that nearly cut things open, got to be careful, and yes, indeed it is. Janelle Bennett, who was nearly the very early gleeful recipient of that one, the man who's come onto the field. Scored once this season already. Be hell-bent on making his name and making it 2 at the end of this Premier League 2 local derby. Juan Luis starting this move. Arsenal hopefully have ridden that brief storm. Lovely little pass there to Taylor Hart on a hat-trick. Running it Devine and putting in a good cross. At the other side, here's Gerard Hutchinson. Might get his shot away until now. The ball ricochet. He was hoping to react first. Instead, it was Mole who did react first, and Hean's got to be careful here. Well out of his goal, headed it to safety. The ball then spiraled back down from these grey North London skies. It fell to his foot, and he had a Spurs striker right on him. Hean, who obviously couldn't use his gloves in that situation, just about, with head and then foot. Good enough. But that, from an Arsenal point of view, was a tad worrying as we tick toward these final 10 minutes. Here come Tottenham again. Excellent run, initially, from Niall John. Now the new man Bennett to his left, opted not to use him. Jack Clark's been quiet in the second half after a brilliant first. Played the first pass of this move. Good delivery in the end, though, from Pascozzi. Easily cut out by Charlie Patino. Looking for Taylor Hart. Already love a hat-trick. Lyons Foster beats into it there. Broken bodies all around the place now. One Arsenal player hobbling and another on the floor. It's Charlie Patino who's down, requiring a little bit of treatment, says referee Massey Ellis. We'll just take stock for a second in what's been a pretty epic game so far. Next up, by the way, for Arsenal, Southampton at home in this tournament on September the 2nd, and Manchester United at home on September the 11th. After that, it's a trip to Chelsea, always tough on the 19th. And September then concludes with a trip to Manchester City's under 23. So 2 home games, Saints and the Red Devils, then the Blues and City away. Arsenal, about 8 or 9 minutes plus time added on, away from maybe making it 2 wins from 3 under Kevin Betsy to start this season. And remember, for a few hours at least, given the other matches to come, maybe going second in the table above Spurs. Spurs, by the way, next up have Liverpool at home, and then a trip up north to take on Blackburn Rovers. Don't forget Breakdown Live, Adrian Clark and Jeremy Aliadier, 12 p.m. tomorrow, live on Arsenal.com and the app. We'll build up radio commentary of a huge Premier League showdown between Man City and Arsenal. What a match that is. Gabriel feature possibly on the bench if nothing else. I think played his 45 minutes here. I'm sure he's withdrawn as nothing other than a precaution, having proved that he's on his way back to Arteta. We shall see. This coming Tuesday, Arsenal's women against Slavia Prague with Max Jones. That's a 7:30 kickoff in their next phase of the Champions League qualifiers. Second leg then just over a week later. That's on Arsenal.com, the app, and on Twitch. Don't forget too that match tickets are now available for the WSL, the Women's Super League, Arsenal against Chelsea. That's at Emirates Stadium, Sunday, September the 5th, so a week on Sunday. 12:30 kickoff, and it's well worth a watch if you can get down. Believe you me, some wonderful players on show. That's on the back, of course, of having hopefully watched quite a few of them in action midweek on Arsenal's various channels. Another man onto the field, as you can see, wearing 14 for Arsenal in the last few moments, is the 18-year-old Dutchman, Joel Ideho. Midfielder slash forward, making his second appearance for 23's season. Taylor Hart gives that one away. Pretty much the first thing he's done wrong all half, Arsenal's double goal scorer. It's the new man, Ideho. Space to cut inside and shoot. Decent effort straight down the throat of Oluwayemi, but nice effort. Keeps the ball down the Spurs' end. And let's have a little bit more time if nothing else. Zach Swanson, who's gone off. Zach, who was on loan, by the way, at Maastricht in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands last season. Good shift from Zach, wearing 4 today. Off he's gone. Wing back first of all, then into central midfield. Ideho replaces him for the final few minutes. See whether the other young Dutchman, Salah Oulad-Mahand, comes on for the final few moments or not. Ben Cottrell's the other outfield option. Let's see if he needs him. We might just stick with the 2 subs, we shall see. Here's Rekic. Arsenal still happy to play some football deep in their own half. After that, the long ball just slightly overhit for Gerard Hutchinson, who couldn't quite keep it in play. Challenge once more from Jack-Henry Francis, who really hasn't had much of an opportunity at this level, or really at times with the under-18s until recently either, but at 17, I talked earlier in the match about how well he did, felt fleshing out that squad and being part of the first pre-season tour for Arsenal this season up to Scotland, where they played Hibs and Rangers, caught the eye there and done very well in this game. One or 2 Arsenal players may be in danger of tiring a tad as the ball was slightly sloppily given away there. But Spurs down the left don't do lots with it. And by the way, I've never won Premier League 2 or indeed the reserve or the academy top tier. They have won the FA Youth Cup 3 times compared to Arsenal 7, but tasted full glory. It looks, dare I say it, they might be getting toward a defeat here. Don't forget their academy brought through a certain Harry Kane, staying at the club. He's one of the stars of the future who's played well today. Down the left-hand side, Harvey White as far as Clark. Through ball from Janeel Bennett, the sub. Failed to find its target, and Arsenal will be pretty happy that that was the case. Kane and another England squad member, Harry Winks, both recent graduates of the Spurs Academy. That's all through the likes of Nicky Barmby, Sol Campbell, Peter Crouch, Ledley King, of course, Ryan Mason himself, Jamie Redknapp. Good names over the years as Spurs make one more substitution. Looked to me like the skipper there, Brooklyn Lions Foster, who was going off. Wonder if it's defender for attacker. They're going to throw one more little bit of caution to the wind, or not. We'll confirm that for you in a moment. Tino with the ball forward. Disjointed passage of play of late with a few niggly fouls. Yeah, Wayne Bennett on the sideline is definitely caught off. Skipper, we'll just see who it is who's come on. Interception nearly made there by Ideho. Here is the new man, putting in the cross. That's the Scot Matthew Craig. Shot from distance from fellow sub Janeel Bennett, always rising. Craig was the one change for this game, losing his place to the recalled Dane Scarlett. Probably can count himself a bit unlucky, Matt Craig, having played in that 4-2 win at Leeds to lose his place, but coming on for the final few minutes, wearing 12. They're keen to prove a point with an equalising goal. And Arsenal keep him out, I wonder. Good, hungry work, fighting for the ball from a mixture of Henry Francis and Gerard Hutchinson there. But again, it goes loose to Spurs, who are finishing well as we feared. Bennett. Oh, good save that from Heen. That was dipping from Janeel Bennett. Heen at an awkward angle, dived down to his left and kind of smothered the ball on the half volley, and obviously didn't allow it to ricochet back out either to the rushing Devine. Lucky Devine, who scored the opening goal. Would love to have snaffled a second there, but Heen with a good block. That was never an option. So into time added on. Still full of energy and purpose is Mika Biereth. Finding Ideho. Dispossessed. One more chance maybe for Spurs. Important little interception from Rekik, got just enough on the ball and then gets it down to halfway. New man Craig to fellow sub Bennett. Craig wants it back. And it goes alone, puts in a good cross. Out header clear from, I think that may not have been Rekik once more. Tried to get his shot away, did Bennett, and another critical interception. Really impressed with Charlie Patino in the second half. In attack and just there, sitting a little deeper, sticking a crucial, well-timed boot in and making the interception. Will that be enough? Come on, the cries from the Tottenham sidelines. They need to get the ball into the box. They try to do so here. Oh, it's just behind the man. Behind Maxime Pascozzi. Still, quite rightly, will take a while to take this throw, I think. They're going to kill a few more seconds with the sub as well. They are. They will make their third and final replacement, like Spurs have done already. Off comes the man who scored both goals. What a performance from Kiddo Taylor-Hart. Surely man of the match with his goals. Off he goes for the final few moments. Arsenal do make their third and final sub. Pretty sure is Salah Oulad Mhend, the young Dutchman.
Let's go!
It'll be his third appearance of the season. 18-year-old. There he is trotting down. Free kick one for Arsenal on that far side, just what Omar Gerard Hutchinson needed to do. It's the Gunners, another good bit of field position, and again, eats that clock down a bit further. 3 additional minutes now gone already. Why not use the corners and burn down a few more precious seconds? What Mika Biereth is doing, as any good striker in this situation should. He's eventually upended and legally so, despite his best efforts to guard the ball. Still the space opens up for the new man, Oulad Mhend, now to fellow sub Joel Ideho. Ideho's managed to win the corner. Well done, young man. The two youngsters from the Netherlands running nicely there. Again, just what Arsenal need as we tick toward 4 minutes of time added on. So close. We're winning the Premier League 2 North London derby. Patino with a nice interception, and he wins it again. Well, he shoved in the back surely there, Charlie Patino. Great work, really clever work there from the 17-year-old. Another of the youngest players out on the field. Another making his third appearance of the season, and as I say, the second half he's been really, really good for me, Charlie Patino. Really wise beyond his years there, and that contribution is the last that's required from Kevin Betsy's men. They have done it for the first time in 3 Premier League 2 North London derbies. Arsenal taste victory coming from behind. Alfie Devine had put Spurs ahead. Taylor Hart, as Arsenal responded quite brilliantly minutes later with a fine finish.